I have always been struck by that statement of Paul in today's first reading. God loves a cheerful giver. God loves a cheerful giver. It is a simple line, but it carries deep meaning. Paul contrasts cheerful giving with that is done grudgingly or out of obligation. And so we ask, what makes our giving cheerful rather than reluctant or resentful? At its heart, I believe it comes down to gratitude. We give cheerfully to those whose presence we have experienced as a gift, those whose love has blessed us, whose kindness has touched us in meaningful ways. In the same way, when we recognize how deeply God has blessed us, when we come to appreciate the depth of His love, our giving to God becomes something joyful and free. And that giving to God naturally overflows into our giving to others. Paul himself was a model of cheerful giving. When he wrote his letter to the Philippians, he was in prison, facing a possible death sentence. Yet, in that letter, we find the highest concentration of the words joy and rejoice in all his writings. Remarkably, even in suffering, Paul gave joyfully because his heart was full of gratitude for God's grace. I can do all things through Him who strengthens me, he wrote. Now, this is a powerful reminder to us, sisters and brothers, even when life is difficult, when our situation leaves much to be desired, we can still give cheerfully. If we take time to reflect on how much God has already done for us, especially through the life, death, and resurrection of His Son, Jesus. In our gospel reading today, Jesus warns us against giving that is self-serving. Acts of charity, prayer, or fasting done just to gain approval or admiration from others. Now that kind of giving is hollow. It is the opposite of what Paul teaches. True giving is not about being noticed. It is about love, born of gratitude and directed to God and neighbor. And Paul assures us, when we give cheerfully, sincerely, and freely, we open ourselves to receive even more of God's blessings and grace. And so today, let us ask for the grace to recognize God's goodness in our lives. May our hearts be filled with gratitude always. And may our giving to God and to others be done joyfully, cheerfully, and with love.